December 14th, 2025, legendary actor and filmmaker Rob Reiner was found dead, along with his wife having been killed by their son. Rob Reiner is most well known for directing films such as This Is Spinal Tap, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, This Is Spinal Tap 2, and playing the character Meathead on All in the Family for 10 years during the 1970s. I am here to talk about what by far is his most iconic film, The Princess Bride, and that's it for the sad part of this video. So The Princess Bride, released in 1987, is a movie that I just actually watched for the first time, but I love. And I think this is the greatest fantasy movie of all time. So first, the positives. Everything in this movie is a positive, so let me just go through everything. Maybe not. Everything is a positive. First, Inigo Montoya, Manny Patinkin's character, one of the coolest characters in fiction ever. The actual Princess Bride and the Prince are the most boring characters. So that there's that, but they're still fun. While Sean is great in the movie, even though his character was originally supposed to be played by Danny DeVito, but he did it well, I guess. DeVito would have been, no, he wouldn't have, but I just love Danny DeVito. And almost every second of this movie is iconic in some way. I had not seen this movie, but while watching it, I realized I had seen it. Because every single thing in this movie has been parodied in something I have watched or seen. And that is a fact. For example, I feel like every second in this movie has been parodied on by Doug Walker in Nostalgia Critic. But this movie is also relentlessly funny. My hardest laugh actually ties into one of the things that makes this movie great is they fall down like this cliff. And like if you ever fell down as like a not a cliff that it hurts to fall down at as like a kid, it's like that. So I was laughing really hard watching them fall down a cliff, and also like the sword fights and stuff. This just feels like watching grown adults play like a fantasy game that you would play as a kid, and that is so much fun. It really is. It's a movie that's incredibly quotable. I know I'm going to be quoting parts of this movie for the rest of my life. It's amazing, and it really goes to show what an amazing filmmaker Rob Reiner was. That somebody who was, Meathead on All in the Family, and then directed the first mockumentary, This Spinal Tap, is also the guy who made the greatest fantasy movie of all time. This is amazing. Negatives, the leads don't fully work, and, okay, nitpick. The whole movie is narrated by the guy who played Columbo, who's playing the grandfather of this kid, played by Fred Savage from The Wizard. And I was confused why this kid had a Santa in his room, because his grandfather was clearly Jewish. like a very Jewish grandfather. And then there's a Santa Claus, but whatever. I guess that makes this technically a Christmas movie, so there you go. Here's your Christmas video. It's Princess Bride. But yeah, altogether I would totally give this movie an A+. No questions about it.